Welcome to FootballGameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Cornell Hunter, sitting with the man, Kyler Merkovich. Today we're going to be taking a look at the 2009 Chicago Bears. And Tyler, there's a new quarterback in town. Fans in Chicago are going crazy. What do you expect out of the Bears this season?
Jay Cutler found his way out of Denver, and Jerry Angelo's known for not making too many bold moves, went after his franchise quarterback. First time they're saying ever they're having a franchise quarterback, a go-to guy, a star. Jay Cutler is liking the Windy City, and the Windy City is liking him. And supposedly he's good friends with Greg Olsen now, their tight end, and supposedly they're developing a rapport. So this is going to be his main target because his receivers are Devin Hester, who turned receiver last year, full-time, a guy named Earl Bennett out of Cutler's alma mater, DJ Moore, Rasheed Davis, former Arena League guy, and another rookie out of Oklahoma, Joaquin Iglesias.
Well, I would agree with you on that. I would say Devin Hester with Jay Cutler's arrival, we'll get a good look at if he's a true receiver. You know, last year playing with a guy like Kyle Orton, you didn't get to see much. Hester gets a premier quarterback. This will be a make-or-break year for Hester at the wide receiver position. Now, let's talk about that Bears ground game. Last year, they shocked many when they took Matt Forte out of Tulane, and all he did was come in and have a phenomenal rookie season. What do you see in that Bears backfield?
Well, a guy who will be blocking for him, Orlando Pace. He's kind of old. Can he run block? We know he could probably pass block. They drafted Chris Williams, also out of Vanderbilt. He's going to start at right tackle, and of course Olin Kreutz at center. Roberto Garza are mainstays. So that offensive line is pretty decent. And of course Matt Forte, who broke Gale Sayers' rookie rushing yards last season, and they picked up Kevin Jones, the veteran,
well-traveled,
and Adrian Peterson. So those guys are going to back up Forte. So on offense, you know, they're decent, but playmakers and possession receivers are yet to be seen. These guys need to step up. Olsen needs to step up. Also Desmond Clark and all these other receivers that I mentioned.
All right, well, what do you see happening on the defensive side of the ball? We know that the Bears have been known for a great defense. Do you feel those guys are getting older, or do you feel like the fans in Chicago can expect a decent year out of that defense?
Well, Alex Brown's been their consistent mainstay at D end. Other D end has been pretty solid. Adewale Agunliye, New York native from Indiana University, and Tommy Harris. He's a physical specimen. He needs to really do work this year. He really needs to
breakout season.
Exactly. He really needs to make an impact on the defensive line, and that defensive line is solid. And when it comes to the linebackers, are they aging or what? Urlacher, you know, they're saying I think he's still got a couple years left in him. But Lance Briggs, solid. You know, he was supposed to make his way out of Chicago a while ago, but for some reason he's still there. Hunter Hillenmeyer, underrated linebacker.
What about that Bears secondary? We know Urlacher is over the field in the middle. What about the back end, the two corners and the safety?
This is pretty a solid bunch last year. They were top 10 in interceptions. They made some plays, but they lose their leader, Mike Brown, who's out at safety. He was a vocal leader on and off the field. Charles Tillman, Nathan Vasher look like they're going to be on the corners. They drafted another guy out of Vanderbilt. They're going Vandy happy over here, named DJ Moore. And Corey Graham, who had some time, he's going to be their nickel. Let's see if DJ Moore could take that away, work his way in. Their safeties are big question marks. Second-year man Craig Steltz out of LSU, Josh Bullocks, Kevin Payne, and Glenn Earl. And, of course, Daniel Manning, if he gets some time back there. They need to find some safety, so it's still questionable on defense with their age, their lack of inconsistent play, because you know the talent's there on the defensive line.
Yeah, I agree with you. The secondary, like you mentioned, guys like Vasher and Tillman. Vasher is a guy, if the ball hits his hands, he catches it. But I'm wondering, Tyler, did the people in Chicago watch any of the Saints games to bring in Josh Bullocks as their starting safety? That guy was a liability on one of the worst defenses over the past 3 seasons. So that is a questionable pickup in my opinion. But what about the special teams? We had an emergence last year, a surprise that wasn't Devin Hester.
Exactly. Hester is going to not play that role. Daniel Manning, they want full-time in that role. Speed out of Abilene Christian a couple of years ago. Got a little time at corner early, but now they really want him to make a name for himself on the special teams unit because they missed that production they're getting out of Hester, and they're just not going to get it because he's their #1 receiver. He needs to focus full time as being a receiver. And Robbie Gould, one of the best kickers in the game, and kicks in the Windy City. You got to love him out of Penn State. And Brad Maynard had 40 punts pinned inside the 20-yard line last year. So when it comes to their kicking game, it's definitely solid. That's one of the better units in the NFL, their special teams.
All right, well, we have the arrival of Jay Cutler in Chicago. There's also the arrival of Brett Favre in Minnesota. It's going to be a very tough NFC North. Where do you see the Bears finishing up in that conference?
Well, Lovie Smith plans to take on a hands-on approach on coaching individual defensive players. He's got a great defensive mind. Also, he is going to call the defense, so this might make a difference. I think they're going to battle for Minnesota with the second slot, battle for a wild card bid. They're going to go around 500, and Jay Cutler might be a little disappointed this year. I think they're going to fall third in front of Detroit. Maybe battle with Minnesota close. I think they'll fall behind them, but I think it's a third place, middle of the pack finish for Chicago. And they need to get some playmakers in their next year, and they need to get some young nucleus on defense and start making an overhaul.
And there you have it. That's the man, Tyler Merkovich, giving you the season outlook for the 2009 Chicago Bears. To view more video analysis of your favorite team, be sure to visit footballgameplan.com/NFL.